So we're back with another one for the Calamity Compendium. And honestly, this one, it might just edge out the Great Boston Molasses Flood for pure, like, what on earth happened absurdity? You want it bizarre? Well, here we go.
Yeah, it's quite a shift, isn't it? You go from, well, actual tons of molasses, a physical thing, to something that seems to come from, I don't know, somewhere completely different.
Yeah.
But the outcome was still physically devastating.
Totally. We are going deep today into the dancing plague of 1518.
Right, happening in Strasbourg, which, back then was a pretty significant city in the Holy Roman Empire.
Okay, so set the scene for us. It's July 1518, and picture this. It's super hot summer heat, but times are really, really tough. Famine, disease everywhere, poverty just grim.
Yeah, that background is so important. Sources really paint a picture of a community under, well, immense stress, both physically and psychologically. Fertile ground, maybe, for something unusual.
Unusual is putting it mildly. Okay, so here's where it gets properly weird. It apparently starts with just one person, a woman, Frau Treffer. She just steps out into the street one day and, well, starts dancing. But, like, not happy dancing. This was something else entirely.
The descriptions we have from the time are quite vivid. It wasn't joyful. It looked completely involuntary, like she was in some kind of trance, couldn't stop herself.
Yeah.
Just relentless, uncontrolled movement.
And this is the bit that's just baffling. Within just a few days, a couple of other people join in. Then more, then dozens. And pretty soon, you've got hundreds of people just dancing uncontrollably in the streets. The sources say they were twitching, spinning, just shuffling around for hours, sometimes days, no rest.
Just think about that for a second. The sheer physical toll.
Oh.
This wasn't like a planned dance party. People were exhausted, dehydrated, in pain. Their feet were bleeding, but they physically couldn't stop. It must have been horrifying to watch.
Utterly horrifying. And then here comes the part that makes you just want to, I don't know, bang your head against the history books, the official response.
Ah, yes, the authorities.
Their first reaction, it was so spectacularly, almost comically wrong. They didn't try to stop it. No, they figured it was some kind of hot blood fever, right? And the cure was, well,
To dance it out.
to dance it, O-U-T.
Ugh.
They decided to help them dance.
It sounds absolutely mad now, but yeah, the city officials actually sanctioned it. They cleared spaces. They put up wooden stages. They even opened up guild halls for the dancers.
And hired musicians.
They hired musicians. They genuinely seemed to believe that encouraging more dancing would somehow sweat out the fever faster, based on their medical understanding at the time.
Which obviously backfired spectacularly. You take hundreds of people who literally cannot stop moving, put them on stages, add music. You're basically throwing fuel on this bizarre, deadly fire.
Exactly. That official endorsement, providing the infrastructure for it, it just pushed the whole thing towards disaster. The constant exertion, it led to collapses, serious health problems.
And death. Actual death. People were having strokes, heart attacks, or just dying from pure exhaustion. Some sources estimate that at its peak, maybe up to 15 people were dying a day.
Just from dancing.
From dancing. They literally danced themselves to death. It's just mind-boggling.
It really is. And it's such a stark reminder of how authorities, when faced with something they just don't understand, can make things catastrophically worse, even if maybe they thought they were helping according to their own, well, strange logic.
Thankfully, they did eventually realize this wasn't working.
Right. They shifted gears, started thinking it was maybe less physical, more spiritual, or, punishment from a saint.
Yeah.
They eventually banned public dancing and started moving people, sometimes forcibly, to shrines and chapels for penance and healing.
And the plague, or whatever it was, it did eventually just fade away, as mysteriously as it started. But wow, what a story it left behind.
Absolutely. One of history's weirdest and saddest mass events.
So, wrapping this up, what do we take away from this dive? We've got this documented historical event, hundreds compelled to dance, many to their deaths, met with an official response that was, frankly, absurd.
And the why is still debated, isn't it? The sources hint at different things. Modern theories range from mass psychogenic illness, like mass hysteria brought on by extreme stress and maybe religious fervor, all the way to physical causes, like ergot poisoning.
Ergot poisoning from rye bread. That can cause spasms, hallucinations.
It can, yeah. But, no single explanation really fits perfectly, especially the dying from nonstop dancing part. It's still kind of a medical and historical puzzle.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? About how connected our minds and bodies are, especially under extreme pressure, and how spectacularly wrong authorities can get things when faced with the totally unknown.
And how tough it is to look back. you know? Trying to diagnose something from the 16th century with our modern lens when even the people there couldn't make sense of it.
Exactly. So here's the thought to leave you with, something to chew on after this dive. What does a story like The Dancing Plague tell you? About the power, maybe even the terror, of the human mind? Or just about how hard it is to truly understand events completely outside our own experience? Definitely something to think about.